The Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
And a very good evening to all of you, once again with the Love Talk Show.
To learn about intelligent love.
Have you ever heard about broken relationships? Because this is what, Andrea, we are going to talk about today, broken relationships. And I would like to start this program even inviting you to join us in our chat, Liberty Radio, and type there why relationships, in your opinion, are being broken. What is the biggest reason? What could be done, in your opinion, to avoid broken relationships? And Andrea, today we would like to give them some hints, tips of what can be done in order for them not to go through it.
And, of course, if they are already married, for you to keep your marriage safe. And if you are single, for you to avoid to go through a broken relationship. Stay tuned.
So if you know anyone who went through a very difficult moment in love life, went through a broken relationship, or is going through a very tough time, and you can see if nothing is done, that relationship will also be broken, invite them to join us and to hear what we have to say. Meanwhile, let's watch this video and we'll be back straight after.
Ariana Grande has been labeled a home wrecker on social media after being allegedly involved in the breakup of Ethan Slater and Lily J. Last year, Grande ended her 2-year marriage to Dalton Gomez without providing much explanation. Shortly after, she began dating Ethan Slater, her co-star from the film Wicked.
You're green.
I am.
The issue is that Slater was married to Lily J. When their affair came to light, Slater filed for divorce. He and J had been together since their teenage years and share a 2-year-old son. Understandably shaken by the betrayal and sudden separation, J has accused Grande of being responsible for destroying her family. Ariana is not a girl's girl. My family is just collateral damage. This is not the first time Ariana Grande has been linked to the end of a relationship. The late actress Naya Rivera, star of the series Glee, also blamed the singer for the end of her engagement to rapper Big Sean in 2014. Rivera alleged that Grande had turned the rapper's head, leading to the breakup. In some situations, a family member, a neighbor, or even a friend often become involved with someone already in a committed relationship, causing its demise. However, what is it that drives a person to gain the reputation as a homewrecker? Is it selfishness, bad influences, or perhaps a reflection of past experiences? Expressions like homewrecker, pivot of separation, and hit on him until she got him are commonly heard of in these situations. It is possible that issues related to children, work, or time can distance a couple, leading one partner to distract themselves without considering the consequences. This emotional blindness can cause them to view a relationship with someone else as an escape, triggering a destructive cycle of betrayal, separation, and the ongoing pursuit of new relationships. Like a virus, this behavior clouds judgment, preventing a person from seeing the harm that they would cause. Men, too, are not immune to the label of homewrecker. One notable example is the double betrayal involving the Argentine footballer Mauro Icardi and his former teammate and colleague Maxi Lopez. In 2013, Icardi began a relationship with model Wanda Nara, who had been married to Lopez for 5 years. After the scandalous affair came to light, Icardi was no longer called up for the Argentine national team. At the time, Lopez and Nara had 3 children, and the separation shattered their family. In 2014, Icardi and Nara married. 10 years later, the model has announced the end of her marriage to Icardi, with whom she had 2 daughters. There is speculation that Nara is now seeing rapper El Gante, with whom she had had a previous romance between marriages. 5 children now have to deal with the fallout of their parents' tumultuous relationships. Infidelity and love scandals inevitably leave lasting scars on the lives of the children involved. Could the experience of being a child from a broken home open the door to becoming a home wrecker later in life? How can we navigate around such situations? Learn more about this on today's program.
And talking about broken relationships, let's see what we can learn today or what we can do in order to avoid this problem. So let's see some reasons. Losing hope is often the first step in a broken relationship. And usually people lose this hope because, as my wife said a few days ago here, we are living in the microwaves generation and they want everything extremely fast and now. And sometimes because people, they don't have immediately what they want or what they are looking for, what they have in their minds and they consider is the best for them, they start losing this hope.
Sometimes people, they tend to say that the others, they are from an old generation and old school. But the thing is, a few years ago, people, they wouldn't give up on each other just in anyhow. They would fight for the relationship. They would sacrifice for each other. Nowadays, if something happens, they just give up. And with the case of the video that we've just watched, when people are famous, they look outside and they see the grass of the neighbor and they think, I have so many options. Why should I stick to this one person? And that's when losing hope comes up, because people, they start losing hope that, oh, I can save this relationship. I will just jump from relationship to relationship. In fact, they lose hope on themselves.
And they start considering those who are with them disposable, the partner especially. They lose hope because they want everything so easily, so quick, and they start not investing the time they need to. The second slide talks a little bit also about this. Says when efforts fail and commitment is missing, people tend to stop trying. And this is the commitment that you took the day that you engage in yourself in this relationship, the day that you have decided to live with this person and you decided to have this person next to you, and you believe that could be for the rest of your life. And you committed yourself to do certain things. You committed yourself to be part of certain things. You committed yourself to honor your word, to be there. And sometimes what your partner sees is that the effort is not there anymore. You've done a commitment, but the effort to honor that commitment, the commitment is not there. And this is when the other one tends to stop trying.
Stop trying because people, they don't believe anymore that they can be happy. Because when this commitment starts failing, everything around begins to collapse. So there's no point in keep on trying or saying something that will even hurt more the other person.
Deceit, hiding the truth, not admitting faults, and refusing to change can cause people to lose hope in their relationship. Would you mind to look at your screen with attention and read it with me? Deceit, hiding the truth. It's not just telling a lie. Hiding the truth, not admitting faults, and refusing to change can cause people to lose hope in their relationship. You know, and when you start seeing the lack of effort and you see there's no commitment anymore. It was there one day, but it's not. And you see this when the seed comes to the light, when people, they start not just lying, but hiding the truth, not admitting their own faults. And with this, it's a natural process, Andrea. So it comes what usually we say, the hardness of the heart. And this hardness of the heart brings something extremely terrible, because I will not change. I will not change because of this person. I will not do anything different than I've been doing until now. And the blaming game comes in, and I will not change because of him or because of her. I will not be different. If he wants to change, he can change, but I'm doing nothing else. And this obviously brings this division, coldness, and destroys the relationship.
Refusing to change, if I refuse to change, I refuse to make things better from within. And of course, this will also reflect in my relationship. Because when I start changing, my partner sees that I'm putting in the effort, and he will do the same. And even if you can't do it by yourself, we have the love therapy to help you, to give you the guidance in order for you to wisely deal with all the situations you have been going through.
Well, before we speak about how you or what you can do in order to use and do something for this relationship to be saved, maybe you are in a relationship that is almost broken, or you are still living together, but there's no conversation, there's no, you are even worse than two people living inside of the same house, two strangers, two enemies inside of the house. Well, before we tell you what you can do, pay attention to this real story. I would like you to pay attention and see what this woman went through and what she has done in order to turn things around.
I come from a big family, but at a young age, we suffered a really bad traumatizing experience because my dad, he committed suicide when I was 5 years old, leaving my little sisters and I, it was three of us, alone with my mum. It was very hard because when he died, he literally took our family home and made a petrol bomb and blew everything up. So my mum and my grandma, they battled between the two of us to raise us. But of course, as you're growing up, as much as they did an amazing job, there were times I used to kind of speak to him and be like, oh, Dad, if you were here, then this, if you were here, then this. But I think it never really materialized until I got into my teenage years. And then you start thinking about boyfriends and everyone's, going out with somebody. And then I kind of was thinking about the kind of person I would like to have in my life. I never really had that kind of figure. And I remember my mum saying, look, when you are growing up do not just mess about. Make sure that your first boyfriend is going to be your husband. Have that aim in your life. And I really took that to heart. But I was kind of like a nerdy girl. People really weren't that interested in me. So when I actually came to the church. I actually did have my first boyfriend actually here in the church. And I've just, I was so happy that someone was interested in me. As much as it seemed that we weren't very compatible, I didn't care about any of that. I was just so happy to be in love and, that this person was interested in me. I got married young, and even the pastors and stuff, they advised me not to do this. Look, take time for yourself, get to know God, don't distract yourself. They said all of that to me, but I just was like in faith that, no, this is going to work out. I'm happy, and I didn't take any of the counsel, I didn't take any, because it felt great. It felt great being with somebody. The person was good to me, had no issue. So we got married. I got married at 21 years old. So I met him when I was 18. Literally, the first few months was wonderful. It was like all everyone said, I don't know what was all this fuss about? It's all great. And then everything just went south. We'd have arguments. We just couldn't see eye to eye. It went really, really horribly wrong. But I still wanted the relationship. And then one day I literally came home and all his bags were packed. And he just left me, and I was like, what are you doing? He goes, like, I can't do this anymore. I want different things in life. I don't want to live like this anymore. I want to do my own thing, because we got married too young, And I threw myself at his feet. I said, don't go, don't leave, we can work it out. He said, no. My gosh, I have made such a mess of my life, and no one's ever going to want me again. That's how I felt, like no one is ever going to want me again. I think that was the lowest. And the first family dinner when I had to break it to everybody that he'd actually gone, and the shock of everybody, I felt so low because everyone was like going, what? And they wanted to kill him. And I didn't. I still loved him. So I didn't want them to say anything bad about him. It was the most weirdest situation. But I think that was, I remember packing my stuff and coming home. And I think that was the lowest moment, that first night of realizing that this is going to be my life and I don't know what my future is going to be now. I heard about the Holy Spirit straight away because at that time, the most important thing, they always used to say, come on Sundays, come on Wednesday for you to seek the Holy Spirit. And I was like, the Holy Spirit, and come on Fridays. These were the 3 that you had to always attend. That was what was always preached. So that's what I started doing. So on Wednesdays, it was the first time, straight away I started going, and I started seeing the bishops are crying, big men crying, saying, I want you, Lord, I want you. I've never seen this before. I wanted this. It made sense to me that yes, there had been another spirit or spirits living in my life, ruling my life and my family's life. It made sense to me. This is why our life was rotten. So if I received the Holy Spirit, it would put an end to that. And I understood that this was God's will for me. That's why he died. So I went after seeking the Holy Spirit straight away. I got very serious with my spiritual life very quickly. It was a Wednesday evening service. I remember in the morning I had woke up early. I said, my God, I know I can't make myself born of you, Lord. I can't do it. It's you that has to do it, Lord. But I also know that if I ask for fish, you will not give me a stone, you know? And I came to the service with my open arms. I said, my Lord, I'm seeking you. I would just want to be the person you want me to be. I've been the person I thought I should be. I've been the person my parents think I should be. I want to be the person you want me to be, Lord. You come. I can't do it on my own. And I remember receiving the Holy Spirit in that service. And all I can say to you, it was almost like the Father's arms were open like this, saying, come. And I just knew at that time I had received His Spirit in my life. When I left that day, I had this assurance I can't explain. I knew that that was the day that God entered my life. A very special man of God approached me and said to me, I'd like to invite you to Partners for Life Love Therapy. And I said, oh, no, thank you so much, Pastor, but no, not for me. He said, why? He said, because I said, Pastor, you know what's happened in my love life. I'm just divorced. I'm divorced at 24 years old. You know, I was married for, less than a year and I'm already divorced. I don't want to. And he said, you should pray about it. And that kind of stayed with me. So I realized, God, you're the one that could rewrite my story. And I have the faith for this, that some way, somehow, you can do that and also give me an opportunity to say, my God, I did wrong. Let me do it your way. I thought I was doing it my way, but I was using my own faith. It wasn't what you asked me to do. I wasn't doing your will. This is my time now to put it right with you and say, let me do your will. But then I decided to go back to love therapy. I said, you know what? I know it's not going to be easy because it's full of single people and I am a divorced lady, but I'm just going to go back, but not to find someone, just for me to deal with this love life issue because it's there, it's raw. Every time I think about it, I cry. Every time somebody mentions my ex-husband, I cry. It hurts. One day, in the encounters, I was matching people and I matched this gentleman to my friend. And the gentleman turned around and said, oh, I don't want to be matched with your friend, I want to be matched with you. Started talking. Within 9 months, I was engaged to him. Within about a year, we got married. I've been married now to this wonderful gentleman who has been, it's been a blessing to me, it's been a blessing to my family. Nearly 15 years now we've been together and I could not have asked for a better person. This person is my friend. This person is the person I know God has chosen for me. He lifts me up. He supports me in everything I want to do. And he's just a wonderful person. I couldn't have prayed for anyone better. Today, oh my goodness, my life is completely different. It's like another Shireen. It's like another person because I'm no longer depressed. I don't have issues sleeping at night. I don't have problems with my family. Our family are very united. We're a big united family. I just can't believe the miracle of unity. There's a lot of us and we are very, very, very close. Financially, I'm doing well. I'm independent. I have a business with my sister. I sleep well. I have no issues with my dad anymore, or even with my ex. We're at peace. It's so good, the life that God has given me. I just thank God for all that He's done. Only He could have done this.
And now you can understand that a person can be transformed and life also can be transformed. Sometimes problems, they want to damage a person from inside out, and we think that these scars will be there forever. But it's possible for you to turn things around, and these real stories are proving exactly this, that we can turn things around. Well, and talking about the broken relationships, let me tell you something. If you are there with your partner, if you are there with your spouse, if you are there with someone that you have a relationship with, look what says here. Acknowledge that both partners make mistakes. So this idea, Andrea, of pointing fingers and say it's you, or it was you, or you said it, the truth is, when we go to the root, we understand that the majority of the cases, both they have their share in this problem. Both they were, giving reasons for this broken relationship. So working together, as we can read here in the slide, working together is essential for a relationship to thrive. So it's important for you to sit with your partner, and it's important for you to go back there. Do you remember the commitment that we were talking about? And remember the commitment you made one day, and the effort that you, at the beginning, you were applying for this relationship to work. Because this is what was, what made that relationship to be born, if I can say it. This is what brought you together. And once they start doing, they will, Andrea, regain the trust in each other.
And talking about making mistakes, we think about apologizing. And sometimes one of the partners, or the husband or the wife, they say, usually he is the one apologizing first, or she's the one apologizing first. And then the person thinks that I'm doing great, but it's not. It's not a strength to allow the other one to always apologize first. Actually, humbleness is a very huge quality for us to cultivate, if I can say this way. So it's acknowledging mistakes, but also apologizing. It doesn't matter who comes first to apologize. It matters that things are being sorted. And that's what makes a relationship to thrive.
To do whatever is in your hands to do in order to change. And I know sometimes working together is not a very easy task to be done when the relationship is already broken or on the way to be broken. I know it's not easy. And that's why we are here, Andrea. We are here exactly to tell this person that we have the love therapy Thursday, 8 p.m., where we are going to help this person in having this ability and whatever is essential for them to work in both relationship and on themselves. So this coming Thursday, 8 p.m., we are going to have the love therapy session. If you are going through a broken relationship, you went through this, or you are on the way, you see that the relationship is not going well, you see that things are going down the drain. So this coming Thursday, we are going to help you through our faith and obviously through the direction that God is giving us.
At the start of a relationship, everything feels so exciting. Discovering each other, experiencing new things. Everything is brand new. However, as time goes on and life gets busy, relationships often settle into a routine. Unfortunately, this routine can gradually dull the sparkle in the connection. That is why it is important to make time for special moments. These are what keep a relationship strong and healthy, and it is easy to do. On calculation, there are just over 10,000 minutes in a week. Taking just 90 of those minutes to focus solely on your love life can make a huge difference to its success. We invite anyone who wants to strengthen their relationship to join us for a special seminar. Let's take a step together towards a closer, happier connection. Join us next Thursday at the Love Therapy Seminar and step out of the monotonous routine at 8 p.m. at 232 Seven Sisters Road, Finsbury Park, London N4 3NX.
The Love Talk Show is getting the end, but we would like to remind everyone this coming Thursday, we are going to have a special moment of this seminar where Bishop James is going to talk about physical attraction. How you will learn how to catch your partner's attention, how to be attractive.
Well, a lot of things to be unsorted this week on Thursday 8 p.m. If I was you, if I was on your shoes, I wouldn't miss out.
So many things that you can learn regardless if you are single or married. These things will be revealed to you, and obviously if you would like to know what that is all about, this coming Thursday 8 p.m. The Love Talk Show will return tomorrow at 10 p.m. May God bless you all. Bye bye.